Hello, let's talk about how I studied English language and how I can master it. Well, you see, my English is very good, I think. If you don't agree with me, you can make a comment. Okay, so it began at school. I studied something, I learned, and it was, how can I say that? First of all, we didn't have any system at school. The second, we didn't have a lot of English language. We have 2 lessons a week, it's too little. The third, we don't have a teacher that can work with us, that could work with us 5, 6, 7 years. No, we didn't have it. So it was hard, you see. It was very hard. But I don't know, maybe I studied something, maybe my level was A1, I think, I don't know. I'm not sure. And we had some teachers, and I asked them I remember, my teacher's name was Pavel, and his surname was Zolotarev, and he made us to learn some texts. It was interesting. I learned them, I repeated them at home, and then I talked about, and then I repeat this text at classroom. So something like that. It was interesting. Well, it wasn't interesting, but anyway. And I repeated texts, and maybe this was my first step when I understood that maybe something in it, we have something in it. Maybe I could understand English a little. Then I had a personal tutor, and I worked with her. It wasn't even grammatical, the translated method. It was something like we had a exercise book, and I did exercises. Then I learned something. Then I made a lot of tests. We have tests here in my country, and after school you have tests, and then according to the test results you can go to a university. So I learned English with my tutor during 2 or 3 or 4 years, maybe 2 years. It was hard, I didn't want to do it. It wasn't interesting, and I didn't do a lot of things. I didn't do homework, and I didn't want to have these lessons. But I learned something, and I have also all these lessons at school. Well, you see, after that I studied a bit English at university. During maybe half of the year. And it is sad, because I think that at university we should learn English. But we didn't. It was only half of the year, and then we had an exam. Why we didn't learn anything? So strange, I don't know. It something bad with school programs, something like we have to learn it, they just, we have only half of the year of English, and then they have exam. I pass that exam very well, because I have already known English, but other students, they didn't get a very good marks because they didn't study English. After that I don't know. You see, after that I just went to. After that I started to learn English by myself. I started to read something. I started to, just to read, and to. I just read a lot. First of all, I have read Tolkien the Hobbit. Then I have read the first book of The Fellowship of the Ring. After that I have read, I don't know, a lot of different books. And it was, well, Harry Potter I have read, and Chronicles of Narnia. I don't know, I always have such a problem that, for example, I don't know this word or this word or this word. I can hear English on YouTube, but you see there's a lot of different accents on English, and this spelling is just awful. For example, the word to, T-O, why it is not T-U, like to. It's two different sounds. It's T-O, but it's two letters, T and O, but their sounds is T and U, two. Why is it so? For example, the word I. Why it is not A plus I? Like I. You see, it's I. It's so... I don't know. Well, Russian language is better in that circumstances, because in Russian language we have, well, like if you hear the word, you know how does it write. Well, not always. It's difficult too, but in many cases. Well, but Russian language has a lot of different difficulties. For example, it's like, well, a lot. Well, genus, for example, or cases. And you see, if in English, well, I go, you go, they go, he goes, she goes, then on Russian it will be much more difficult. Like, I go, я иду. You go, ты идешь, вы идете. He goes, он идет. We go, мы идем. They go, они идут. You see, it's cases and genus. I don't know, it's more difficult than Ukrainian. And we have a lot of, well, and spelling is awful. But the grammar is, very easy. And in English it is a more complicated language than Russian, I think. Well, something is in English. It is bigger. Well, 1 billion people talk on English, and it is not more complicated, but I don't know how to say it. I'm not very good in English, and it's a pity. You see, what is the goal of education in my country? Well, to give some knowledge to me. And what knowledge should I get? Well, I would be very happy if I spent all that years of education for English language. If I knew English, well, at the level of C1, for example, but I don't know English so well because of the school. I know English because I learned it by myself, and it is my question to our education system. It's awful. Maybe I don't have a lot of speaking practice, and it is sad. I don't really like English, but it's a pity that all books and movies and games are on English. English is just a word language, you see, word language. It's a lingua franca. Maybe Latin would be easier because of just we have a clear pronunciation and clear spelling there in Latin. But we have English, and I should learn it. Okay, thank you very much, and goodbye.